What would you do if the man you trusted with your heart, your life and your future betrayed you in the most unimaginable way? For Bisola, a single phone call shattered her perfect world, forcing her to face secrets, heartbreak and the ultimate tests of loyalty. Will she find the strength to rise for her daughters? Or will the weight of the betrayal crush her spirits forever? Welcome to African Tales by Kufre. Please stay tuned as we dive deeper into this compelling story. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comment section. Bisola had been married to Andrew for 14 years. Together they had 4 beautiful daughters. Though she once worried about not having a son, Andrew had always reassured her, "I'm happy with our girls," he would say, holding her hand. She believed him. Their life seemed perfect. Andrew was a loving father, a supportive husband, and her best friend. One of the rules in their marriage was never to check on each other's phone. Why create a problem where there is none? Andrew would always say, and Bisola agreed. She trusted him completely. Their anniversary was on October 26th. Andrew was in Abuja for work, but he promised to come home that evening for the celebration. Bisola and her daughters had planned a surprise dinner party for him. They decorated the house, cooked his favorite meals, and invited close friends and families. But as the hour passed and Andrew didn't show up, worry crept into Bisola's heart. She called his phone multiple times, but it was switched off. The guests left one by one, and that night, Bisola cried herself to sleep. Her daughters huddled close to her. The next morning, her phone rang. It was Andrew's father. "Bisola, Andrew is in the hospital in Ogun State. Please go there now." Her heart sank. "But he's in Abuja." She stammered, but the line had already gone dead. In a rush, she packed a bag, took her daughters to her parents' house, and made her way to Ogun State. When she arrived at the hospital, she found Andrew on life support. His body was covered in bruises and stab wounds. "What happened to him?" she asked the doctor, her voice shaking. "He was stabbed 15 times, the doctor said." Her world collapsed. As Bisola sat by Andrew's bedside, holding his hand and praying, his family arrived. It was then that she learned the truth. Andrew had been having an affair. He had a 3-year-old son with another woman. On the night of the attack, Andrew and the woman had argued. When Andrew hit the woman, she called her boyfriend, a known cultist who attacked Andrew with his gang. They left him for dead, but neighbors rushed him to the hospital. The woman fled and only her boyfriend was caught. Bisola felt like the ground beneath her had crumbled. The man she had loved and trusted had betrayed her in the worst way possible. "You told me you were okay with our daughters. Why didn't you tell me the truth, Andrew?" She whispered through her tears. Her mother-in-law tried to comfort her. "We warned him about that woman, but he didn't listen." Even Andrew's family knew about the affair. The betrayal cut even deeper. Overwhelmed, Bisola left the hospital in anger. She boarded a taxi intending to go back to her parents' house. But on the way she remembered her wedding vows. For better or worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. She asked the driver to turn back. For 2 weeks, Bisola stayed by Andrew's side, nursing him, praying he will wake up one day. One evening, he finally opened his eyes. His first words were, "I'm sorry." Tears filled her eyes as he confessed, "I just wanted a son. I didn't want to hurt you. I made a mistake." She told him to stop talking and rest. They would talk more when he was stronger. But that night, Andrew passed away. After Andrew's death, Bisola returned home with her daughters, only to find her nightmare was far from over. 2 men came to her door with an eviction notice. "This house was sold to my client last week," one of the men said. Bisola was shocked. "Who sold this house?" "It belongs to my husband and me." The man showed her the documents. The house had been sold by Andrew's mistress. She had forged his signature. Desperate for answers, Bisola went to the bank to check on Andrew's finances. That was when she discovered that Andrew had changed his next of kin. Everything, his savings, his investment, had been left to his son. Her world crumbled. With nowhere else to go, Bisola and her daughters moved in with her parents. She felt broken and defeated, but her mother reminded her of her strength. "You are not a failure," her mother said. "You are a survivor. Your daughters need you to rise." Bisola found a job at a school and started saving money. Slowly, she began rebuilding her life. Months later, the police called her to inform her that Andrew's mistress had been caught. When Bisola met the woman, she asked, "Why did you do this?" The woman replied, "I just wanted my life to be better and that of my son." Bisola felt a mix of anger and pity. She looked the woman in the eyes and said, "You took everything from me, but I won't allow you take my peace. I forgive you, but I won't forget." A year later, Bisola had saved enough money to rent a small house for her family. It wasn't much, but it was hers. As she watched her daughters laugh and play, she felt a sense of peace. Sometimes, the people we trust the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. But even in the darkest storm, there is light. And for Bisola, that light was her daughters. They were her hope, her joy, and her reason to keep going. If you are going through heartbreak, remember you are not alone. There is always light, even when it feels impossible to see. Thanks for watching. Bye.